Let's go to 136 and just head west.
Okay. How far is 136 from here?
The stoplight.
Oh, okay.
There still ain't no trampoline in the living room though, is there?
Hey, we should do that while she's gone. that wouldn't be a divorce waiting to happen.
Hey, if we had it out by the time she got home, she couldn't see.
Hey, how did that mural get up there? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
We painted it while we were bouncing.
That's what I was about to say. Better have a couple of bottles of wine, then.
I'll record. Right? I'll let you guys drink and I'll record.
There you go.
What do you mean? We don't need to drink while we do that? We can have fun like that totally sober.
I know, but it's funnier.
So one time we were hanging out at Todd and Amy. So let's straighten this out quick. My wife's name is Amy. Todd's wife's name is also Amy. Two different Amy's. Just so everybody knows. But so the first time I ever drank wine was at Todd and Amy's house, and we found the sweetest wine that we could find because I didn't like any of the dry stuff. But so we drank that bottle, and then we went downstairs to where their wine was, and we found some more wine, and we brought it up, and we uncorked that, and we were halfway through the bottle, and Amy, Todd's wife, comes up and says, "Oh yeah, that was a present from my first marriage." And we're like, "Oh," and she's like, "Yeah, that's a $500 bottle of wine," and we're like, "Oh." So it's cool, right? She's like, "Yeah, that's fine." I was like, "All right, woo." But then, when you drink wine for the first time, nobody told me we weren't supposed to drink the whole bottle.
Or two.
Yeah. On our way home.
You don't drink wine like beer.
No. On our way home, I got in the back seat of the car, totally thought I was in the front seat. I didn't care though, I just stayed there.
And then you gave the keys to our youngest to drive us home.
Yeah, while he was getting in his car seat. Oh man, good times.
You didn't even get to the trampoline part.
Oh yeah, so while
The whole reason we started this conversation. We're just gonna mill right over it.
So Todd had just bought Kennedy, their daughter, a trampoline, and they hadn't put it together yet, and we tried for, man, it felt like hours to try to get her to let us put the trampoline together inside their living room, because they've got huge vaulted ceilings. And I think at one point we kind of had her talked into it until we showed her how drunk we were, and then I think that kind of all went away. But because at one point she looked at me and she said, "You'll take it apart tonight still?" And we're like, "Oh no, this is a whole weekend's worth of fun." At least.
Permanent fixture.
No, we'll take it down. It's just, it's at least a whole weekend worth of fun. It can't just be one night.
So step one was the trampoline. Step two was the sprinkler on the trampoline.
Yes, that's right.
No, she's probably pretty glad she didn't let us get past it.
Oh man, good times.
Oh,
Ow.
that was dirty. So glad I'm wearing a full face.
You know, it's crazy wearing a full face though, that how much I don't feel as fatigued on a long trip.
Yeah. You don't have to deal with cow poop in your mouth if you're passing the shit.
Miss Stevie took a nasty spill today. You want to tell us about it, or you just want to leave it at that?
Well, let's just say we had a lot of rain, and I got up at 5 o'clock this morning with our new puppy, and I was trying to chase and beat her before she got down the deck steps in the backyard, and I mixed my flip-flops with the wet deck, and I totally biffed it right on my tailbone. I'm just thankful I didn't go all the way down the deck steps and it was just on the deck itself. Because I laid there for a little bit and I thought I broke my wrist. I think I bruised my pride a little bit. But at least nobody was outside.
Well, you can talk about it. That's the important thing. Yeah, so we were supposed to meet Todd at 10.
Stevie time.
3 hours later, we come rolling up to his house. I was surprised, though. It only took us about 5 minutes to get our Sentas locked up together. Todd is on the Mesh 2.0 now. We updated his Sena 30K, so we are all on the new Mesh 2.0. And I gotta give credit to Sena on this one. The 2.0 compared to everything else that they used to have is absolutely amazing.
If it wasn't for the 2.0, I'd probably be putting mine on eBay about it.
Really?
Oh, I never had a good experience with it until that last ride with Stevie started.
Oh.
I've only always tried to use it Bluetooth and music.
Oh, yeah.
And it just constantly disconnected.
I'm listening to music right now.
You are?
I am. It's really quiet, but when you all stop talking,
It gets loud.
then it comes louder.
I think it's
More high speed than I am. I haven't even tried that yet.
I think it's funny that Todd turned on the radio on his street guide earlier and we could hear it better than he could.
Well, I couldn't hear what was playing. I could just hear a bunch of music.
Oh man. Ah! I just caught a bug like right at the tip of my nipple.
That's hot.
That,
This is not a bird.
that hurt is what it did. Oh.
I've hit 2 birds with this bike.
Have you?
Really?
Yeah, never hit one in the chest like Stevie did.
That hurt. God, that hurt.
They're both the engine guards. One on the left side, one on the right side. That's what you can do a vlog on. Eggs versus boards.
Ah, let's do it.
Jake and Sarah.
Nope, doesn't matter. They're Bonnie and Clyde from here on out. So Todd just brought up an interesting topic. So he's got multiple bikes. We have a couple bikes, obviously, but so your Repsol has pegs on it, just normal pegs,
Yeah.
and your
That looked funny. Repsol with floorboards.
and your Slim has running boards, and your Street Glide has running boards. But you just recently rode the Fury with pegs. And Amy, you obviously just came from a Fury to a bike with floorboards. I've always had a bike with floorboards, except for back in the day when I had a Crouch Rocket. So I would be interested to hear what you guys have to say on the difference between the pegs and the floorboards. So Todd, what do you prefer, I guess, and what do you feel that the differences are, as well as far as riding and stuff, with pegs or floorboards?
Well, the only con I've ever seen to the floorboards is if you're hard cornering, especially like on the Slim, scrape.
Right.
But in my opinion, the floorboards are the best of all 3 worlds. Those being floorboards, forward controls, and mid control.
Okay.
And if you want to feel like you're riding more mid control, you kick your feet back to the floorboards, put them like a forward control and kick them forward. Or if you got an engine guard, you can go 1 step forward and let. Personally, forward controls I like because you can stretch out on them, but having the ability to move your legs back to like the mid control point is a lot better than sticking your feet up on the engine like Jesse James.
Amy?
Yeah. I don't know. I think that when I had the Fury, or when I rode the Fury, I love that bike. And I didn't know anything different than having the floorboards versus the pegs, because that's all I had to start off on. But I will say this is a lot more comfortable ride, not having to have just the pegs. But I have both here.
What
A lot
about
more comfortable.
what about the passenger side of it, Amy. I mean, like, you've had both pegs and floorboards as passenger, haven't you?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on those?
Well, it's a lot better to have different ways of shifting around for comfort zone, you know. I mean, to use the pegs to stretch out a little bit, but it's nice to have the floorboards for the entire foot. I mean, if I just had one option, I'd rather have floorboards.
So I think that I prefer the running boards. And as far as scraping them, I mean, cops use them all the time, you know. I mean, that they just use it as a guide to know when you're close to maxing out the bike. I don't scrape mine. I choose not to because I don't want to cut my hand open when I'm trying to wash it. But I prefer, if I didn't have an engine guard and I didn't have highway pegs, if I had a choice between the pegs and the floorboards, I would choose the floorboards also. For the same reason that you said, Todd, I can bring my foot back to the back of the running board, just like I've got mid controls. Because if I had a choice between forward controls and mid controls on a bike that had pegs, I would choose the mid controls because my legs are shorter. So sitting in that position, I can sit longer like that than I can with my feet straight out in front of me. But like you said with the floorboards, there's no limit to where you can put your foot. I can put just my heel on my floorboard and I can stick my toe out, or I can put it straight out in front of me and put my heel on the floorboard still. Or I mean, I can move this side, so just my toes on it, so I'm more in a mid control position. So I think that the floorboards are the best of both worlds, but everybody leave their comment down below and tell us what you think. But I will say that I've only had, as far as Harleys go, I've only had touring bikes. So I've always had an engine guard and I've always had highway pegs. So I guess I really don't know what it's like to not have them, because that's always one of the first things you do, right? Is you put highway pegs on. So having the ability to move your feet, to move your legs, makes you able to go, shoot, I don't know, I would say at least twice as far, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
Helped me out last weekend.
Yeah. Look at you right now, you're all stretched out on them. Todd's all stretched out on them. I can't reach mine because I've got my solo seat on. So I've got my heel on the running board and my toe up on the highway peg, and that's just where I prefer to be all the time, most of the time anyway.
My legs are straight.
Yeah.
Insert comment about Stevie's 28-inch inseam here.
I guess I can put mine out there. It's like being on the Fury. The wind pushes them off.
Yeah.
Mine aren't.
I will say though that mine are the flatter ones, so you have to adjust the pitch of them as well as where they fold up. Amy's are Arlen Ness highway pegs, so they are round, and putting those on is a night and day difference than putting these flipping things on, because holy smokes, you put the peg on, you fold it out, you're done.
To follow up to the pegs, we could even get down, because we were talking about it on my Fury ride, round versus flat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like my highway pegs, I think are like, because Stevie said, you know, they're flat, they're
Round.
you know, they have the same design as my floorboards.
Right, you've still got to adjust that pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that better than I like the round ones. Like you say, on the round ones, my feet, the wind blows them off.
Right.
Mine aren't blowing off.
No.
Just round?
Yeah.
Your boots are holding your feet on though.
No, my legs are straight.
Yeah.
Well, you have more skills than I do this week.
Well, she's got longer legs than both of us too, so.
You're wrong. I have a 29-inch inseam.
Man, this is like a perfect day though, ain't it?
Yes.
Right?
This is the first time I've ever worn a tank top on a ride this year.
Yeah. And it's May. It's the end of May.
I know.
We haven't hit the 90s yet. We're supposed to hit the 90s this week now, though, I guess. So I don't know.
My trees just blew the last couple weeks. Dude, what's this place?
I don't know. I was just thinking that too. That'd be a cool place for a bar, wouldn't it? It's probably like a lumber store or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Gosh dang. You guys,
I was thinking the same thing. Biker bar.
you guys are not using your building to the potential.
Hancock lumber.
You're right. That's too bad.
That's a cool building.
Yeah.
All right, Hancock Lumber, start up a bar. We'll come.
There you go.
So the lumber yard in Sterling, you guys need to change it to a bar, please. 2-story biker bar, that'd be awesome.
Makes me want to go back to Arkansas.
Yeah, no doubt,
Eureka
right?
Springs. That was fun.
Dude, I miss Arkansas so much.
I know it.
So much fun. I miss it.
I want to go to that Thai restaurant.
I know.
That's one thing I miss about not going down there for work anymore. I love that place.
Oh, I know.
I would go there just for that.
You know where I want to take you guys?
Where?
Southern Minnesota and Wisconsin.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, my land.
When are we going? I'll take Friday off.
Right up there to Claris. Go to the brewery. I love Southern Wisconsin.
No, sounds good to
Northern
me.
Wisconsin's really pretty too. It's just a bunch of woods. It's not the hills and stuff like that. But Southern Wisconsin, taking that Highway 35 down along the Mississippi there, and riding over to Red Wing and all that. That's some good. I got a picture of a plaque. That's one of the top rides in the U.S.
Really?
Yeah.
Can we do it in a 3-day weekend?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's do it. So I think we're gonna end the video here, guys.
All right.
And everybody, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more stuff like this, subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you know when we load up next. And until next time, everybody stay cool, and we will see you